This is the Iron Trader, and this is Midday Trading. Today we're going to take a look here at natural gas. We're going to take a look here at oil real quick. We're going to look at the XLE, which is the big oil ETF. And then we're going to take a look at UGA, which is the gasoline ETF. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, buy the ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have natural gas, your daily chart. Now, we haven't had a real big range here today. Your high so far is 1.888, and your low is 1.81. Now, I did scalp the UNG. I scalped it 3 times today. Basically, I got 30 cents out of it, which isn't really a whole lot. There really isn't much there. But now, like oil, crude oil, when we get to that, I'll show you that's a whole different animal here today. But let's take a look at here what's going on. Now, yesterday we had a high basically 1.918 and a low of 1.829. And today we had that 1.888 and 1.81. So we have a little bit lower low and a lower high. However, this is the key level that we're looking for. Here is this 21. You're looking at 1.806. If we can get, as long as that holds, you're in good shape. We have a candle here at 1.782. And then you have your 1.761, which is basically your 8 SMA. So right now, so far, this is all holding. As long as that 21-day and that 8-day hold on a closing basis, this natural gas here is in good shape. It's just not right in play, ready to run in either direction right now, okay? But now, again, if that is lost, that 8-day is lost here, we'll come to the top of this candle looking at 1.73. You have 1.71 here. And then we have 1.66. We look at here at 1.63. Then we'll come to the bottom of this candle, 1.59, 1.58, and then your big retest here at 1.52. But that's just where I like to show you where it could go if your 21-day and your 8 SMA is lost. But right now you're holding in here. You just don't have really a whole lot of momentum on what's going to be going on here, okay? So again, on the upside, you want to watch, obviously, today's high, 1.88, and then we want to watch 1.90, and then we want to watch that 1.918. That would be yesterday's high. If that is, if you can take it out, then we can go higher. You have 1.99, 204, you have 210, 212, and this is your key level here, 218. That is your price channel, which is basically the top of that candle. Above that, we have your nice 50-day at 2.29. But realistically, again, just like I showed you the downside, this is where it could go on the upside. But right now, really today, you just really need to watch this 21-day here and this 8 SMA here. The scalping here just hasn't been really anything to write home about. So we got to just see how this is all going to shake out here next week. Your RSI here, well, you're still looking good. You're very bullish here on your MACD. Your green above your red looking very, very good. Okay, let's take a look here on the hourly and the 4-hour. Okay, your hourly chart here, this morning, what I posted out here is you really want to watch this key level right here. This is basically that 1.829. Now, obviously, we went below that there at 1.81, but you really, this 100-day here is holding her up here pretty nice here, okay? So yesterday, what you do is you had a nice high of 1.906. That was your retest, I should say. And then yesterday, what it did, it gapped right up. But this is what that EIA report came right in here. And kind of like made it a double top. And then we just had some sideways action. But if you look at the top of this candle, you're looking at 1.892. And then we look at this candle, 1.888. See, you have a lower high. See that double top? Okay, so you always want to watch out for those double top situation. And now we came right on down. So realistically, on the upside, you want to watch this 8 SMA, 1.847, and then we have your 21 above that, 1.85, and then we have your 50-day right above that. If we can get above that, then you can have your retest of 1.88 and then possibly this candle at 1.90 or 1.91. But right now, what you really need to do is have it hold this key price channel, that 1.81, that was today's low, and then right below it, you just got 1.808, which is basically sitting right there. Now, again, if that's lost, this is why you want to use the price channels, which your next target is going to be here, is you just bring this price channel right across. Okay, so what we're looking for then is you're looking at the low of that, 1.78, and then we'll bring this price channel across here, and basically you're looking at 1.77. See, So when you look at these price channels going up, there's your resistance levels. Now they become your support levels here on the way down. Okay, so realistically, right now, there isn't really a whole lot here. I don't like this double top situation, and I don't like that double top situation. But the scalping here was just very, very thin today. I mean, 3 scalps get 30 cents. That really isn't, a whole lot to get there. So that's what we got to watch out here for. So we just got to see how this all shakes out. So on the 4-hour chart here, you can see your 50-day is still curling up here nice. Your 21 still up here. Your 8-day looks like it wants to roll over, but we got to see how it all shakes out. If it comes all the way down here, just watch that key level here, that basically at 1.81, and then we can follow the the SMAs all the way down here. But right now the chart is still looking pretty good, sideways action. Just make sure you watch that daily chart, that 21-day and that 8 SMA here on the natural gas. All right, let's take a look here at crude oil. All right, crude oil here, we have your daily chart, okay? So as I posted this here, if you've been watching the videos, we've had this box here, okay? So basically, you look at that low, that's 75.52. So when you bring that price all the way across, that's pretty much what we had. And then we had the top of this candle at 79.29. Now, we kind of like had a breakout here, and then we pulled back. It was 79.62. Yesterday, we had just a 79.29, but it was like an inside day candle. So it wasn't. It was like a tweezer, but the only problem tweezer top. The only problem is this one was red and this one was green, so it wasn't really like a true. So when you see the deuce, then she can come down real quick here. But you're holding all these key SMAs. Now today we put in a nice higher high. We put in at 80.85, which is very, very nice. Okay, so when I pointed out to this chart here, last couple of videos here, I says you're going to need something dramatic here to break on out like we had on this candle. So when you look at this candle, you had 81.05 top and 77.09 on the bottom. You basically had 4 points of range. So far today, what we have is your low was 78.06. Your top was 80.05 here. So realistically, almost had a 3 point of range here. Okay, so again, if you close back up here at the end of the day at the top, this could be your really nice breakout candle, but we got to see if it's going to shake out. So what you really want to watch right now is this key level here, this 79.62, which is basically this candle here. Okay, so you have to watch out. Now it has to close above. If you can, then we can just work yourself higher. If not, then we come right back in the fold and we have a sideways action. So here on the downside, okay, you want to watch that 8 SMA. Okay, if it comes right down 78.21, and then you have 77.80, your 200 SMA here, and then we can come to the bottom of this candle. You have 77.17, and then we have your 100-day at 76.86, and then your 21-day right below that at 76.65. But what you can see on this chart there, how many days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 days here, basically, sideways action in that box. And when you get that, you get all this energy that's, built up, and that's why we had this big green candle. The problem is it doesn't look like right now that it's going to be able to hold the top of that price channel at 79.62. Now it might. We got to see how it's going to close out here for the end of the day here. So basically, watch right there on the upside, that 79.62. Very, very crucial on a closing basis. And then watch today's high at that 80.85. Okay, so that is going to be very crucial. If that comes all the way down, then we can just basically look into sideways action here, but you're still a very, very bullish chart going on here, okay? So your green is above your red. That shows you got good momentum here. RSI at 63, plenty of room to run up here. So we got to see how this is all going to shake out here, but I just want to give you a quick update here that the crude is moving now. I scalped the UCO here, and I bumped up the shares here pretty good here up to what I got here. I got 12,000 shares running here on the UCO. Matter of fact, I just dumped out 3,000 shares. So, okay, it stopped me out. So what I do is take profits going all the way up, and I'm going to wait and see where this is going to close at. Okay, so that's going to be the key level, 79.62. If I hold my position over the weekend, or if I don't. Now, if it closes back below that 79.62, I probably will take the whole, take it all off, or maybe even half off. I'm not sure right now. but it was a really good scalp in here off of this 8 SMA here. Once we got above that candle, at yesterday's candle, then you knew she was going to run higher. The question is, can it hold it? That's the key. Okay, let's take a look at the big oil ETF XLE. Okay, here we have big oil ETF. Now, I posted this many times. Now, this is a good way to trade all the big oil companies like your Exxon, Mobil, Chevron, Schlumberger, Phillips. Everything is in here. Plus, this pays a 3.5% dividend. Okay, so what I do like about this chart here, if we look, you can see the series of lower lows here, okay, and lower highs. However, when you look on your RSI, you see a low, higher low, higher low. You can really see it here on your MACD, where you have a low, higher low, higher low. See, this is a positive divergence. This is what we want to look for here when you have a bullish chart. So even though that's coming down, this is making a positive divergence, telling you that eventually this is going to crash on go to the bottom, and then she's going to rip your face off right onto the top. And that's basically what it did. Also, we want to look at here, see this? Left shoulder, your head, and your right shoulder. So that's an inverse head and shoulders pattern. So when this rips, she's going to rip real high. Now, the key to what we want to watch here, even though we had a higher high green candle like we did in crude, you want to watch on a closing basis this 86.89. Okay, so if you can close above that, then what you want to do is look to today's high, basically that 87.54. Okay, that's going to be key. Okay, 87.54. Now, again, if we can get above that, then we just follow everything right here onto the left here. But then what we'd be looking for is this candle right here over time. Okay, that's 89.75. There's your gap. And then look right below it is 89.95. So you have your gap and your fill. That is going to be your big target before we start getting all the way up into here. Okay, so realistically, we can follow the candles up, but right to that gap is usually where it's going to want to go here. Okay, so we got to see here, bottom line, if it's going to hold this key level here, this 86.89. If you can. Now, to me, I am long this here because I always do this for the seasonality trade. Same way with gasoline and same way with crude oil. But I scalp crude oil every day. I scalp natural gas every day because I like to get that cash flow going. But I also have long-term positions because what I do is I look at a seasonality chart here on crude oil, and then I see, okay, we want to buy this here into January, going into February, and run it all the way to Memorial, 4th of July, and then all the way to hurricane season till September. Once end of September hits, that's where you want to go short till the first week of December. Okay, then you can go long to the first couple of days of January, and then it'll go sideways, and that's another buying opportunity. Okay, let's take a look here at UGA, gasoline ETF. Okay, this is the gasoline ETF. I posted this many times here. Now, again, one thing you want to look at is you look over here at the volume. Okay, so today's volume, you only got about 68,000 shares, so you don't have a whole lot. Now, I am long of this here from way down here. Okay, so but I buy it again. This is a seasonality trade for me. Okay, so I don't really trade this because it doesn't really have any volume here to worry about. Okay, but I just buy it and then just let it run here right after the first of the year into Memorial Day and then 4th of July and that kind of scenario, just like I do with the big oil and crude oil. But what I like about this is, see, you have a low, then you have a higher low, and then a higher low, and then we have a higher low. So the key, what we're looking for here is this 68.99, and we're going to see how it reacts when it gets up to that area. Is it going to double top, okay, or is it going to break right on out here and go right on up here? So there's a lot of good areas here. So again, we have another gap on this. So we'll be looking here at 71.30, and then look to the bottom of that, 71.62. So this is going to be the nice target here if you can get above that 68.99. So this is actually, this is a season, what I call a seasonality trade, okay? It's just something I just put on and just go with it. I don't trade it, okay? Because there's no volume. It's not like oil with the UCO. Okay, let's look at UCO today. Okay, well, you already did almost 7 million shares, okay? This has done 68,000 shares, okay? See, there's a difference. You can't get in. You can't trade big volumes. UCO, you can go there and do 10, 15, 20, 25,000 shares, and it's not going to make any difference. You can get in, you can get out. You're not going to get in and out of this thing. So always remember that. But it's a good seasonality trade here. If you put on, like, say, even like 2,500 shares or 3,000 shares, and then just run it right on up here, and then you make sure that you dump it out here when the time comes of the seasonality trade here. So you can look here on the charts where this runs all the way up here in July, and then you come all the way here to where you have your summer driving. Basically here, end of August into Labor Day, that's where you want to take the trade off. Now, you don't have to scalp all this in here. I don't worry about that. All I worry about is getting that meat in here all the way on up here until the end of September, and then boom, she's gone. You know what I'm saying? Once summer driving hits, Labor Day hits, boom, gone. I'm out of it, and we do that trade there next year. So always have trades on loan. So I like to do long trades, swing trades, and then scalp trades every day, like for cash flow. But if you do a scalp trade, which is basically a day trade, okay, what you need to do is you got to have a stock or an ETF or something that does big volume and big movement. Okay, another example is like a Tesla, okay? Big volume, big movement, okay? TQQ'd for the NASDAQ, big volume, big movement. That's what you have to have if you're doing any kind of scalp trade. Trying to scalp this, not really going to work. Okay, that's what I got for you for midday trading. Now I'll be back here, after the pit close here, and we will review crude oil and natural gas in a little more detail. Thanks for watching.